Welcome back to Boom and Bust. I'm your host, Tony Clement. I'm here at the News Forum, and we're talking with Thomas Caldwell. He is the chairman of Caldwell Securities Ltd in Toronto. Uh, Thomas, again, interested in how you're seeing things unfold for 2025. This is our last show for 2024, obviously. Yeah, just sort of take us around the mulberry bush a little bit here in terms of inflation, growth, unemployment, those kinds of issues.
Well, you have to separate Canada and the United States. Um, from Canadian point of view, we're probably going to have a bumpy year for a little while. Our resource companies are still doing extremely well. Gold in Canada, gold producers. In Canada, I like companies that pay their costs in Canadian dollars, but sell the products in U.S. dollars. And that goes for energy, that goes for mining, etc. So that's an interesting area for me, and particularly areas that may not be tariff impacted. And again, I don't think the tariffs are going to be as bad as we think from Mr. Trump vis-a-vis Canada. I think we can cut those things to some degree. I think cooler heads will prevail. The Canadian market per se will be reflective of the mineral or gold and energy, etc. The Canadian banks still are, represent value here, good dividend yielders. I don't think the SEC is finished with the Toronto Dominion Bank yet, so that may be problematic for a little bit of time here. In fact, I think they would have destroyed the TD had it not been for possibly government intervention to tell them how important the TD is to Canada. So I think we might have dodged a bullet on that one.
Mm.
So the Canadian economy is going to have a little problem here. We're going to have inflation here, like it or not, but we are slowing. The economy is slowing, so this inflation can ease in some areas. But food inflation, because remember, import so much from the United States, that's still going to be a factor as well. So the economy is slowing. We have high unemployment. We have had no growth policies, and as I said earlier, anti-growth policies in Canada. And, sooner or later, somebody's got to recognize that growth is important, although a lot of the younger folks see growth as being counter to climate change enforcing. The United States, I think it's going to be a good year there in the economy. The economy is going to be fairly strong, and I think markets will be fairly strong and broaden out from the narrow high-tech ones that have really done well. There is an optimism and enthusiasm in America that's I don't know whether it's infectious coming across the border, but it certainly is within the United States. And
Definitely.
even a lot of anti-Trumpers are saying, hey, let's go do something. Let's
Right.
build a country. Let's build an economy. Let's build this business. And that attitude, as they say, reinforces an economy, a stock market, everything. We don't have that here yet, but
No.
it'll come maybe. Who knows? If we had an election and a change, I think Canada would do extremely well. The Canadian market would be on wheels, and it's dependent on basically getting rid of one individual, and we all know that.
We all know that. We have not talked about the big economic news from the Trudeau government, which is the $250 plus the GST selective cuts. Any thoughts on that?
I don't know how governments get away with bribing us with our own money.
Yeah, I'm
You
with
know,
you on that.
we're
Yeah.
not going to tax you. Therefore, we really are nice guys. We're going to give you some of your money back. The problem is it's chaos. Nobody thinks these things through.
No.
You have stores trying to reprogram what items are covered, what items are not covered. It's in terms of the implementation of policy. And this government is typical. They can't implement their own policies, whether it be the charitable donations one, whether you have to declare that an income when you donate in kind, whether it be the capital gains tax, or even this. It's maybe they got to get people working 3 days a week or more in Ottawa to implement these idiotic policies they come with. But it's what is it Abraham Lincoln said? You can fool some of the people all the time, all the people some of the time, but you can't fool all the people all the
All the
time.
time.
And bribing us with their own money is so politically cynical. People should that should turn them very much against the Liberal government for doing that. And I know I've always been haranguing against the Liberal. I just want governments that are thinking about Canada, Canadians. Let's go build something. Let's have optimism. That's what leadership is, a vision, and then mobilizing the country to go and achieve that vision. And we haven't had that. We're told that we should feel badly about literally everything we've done. And, maybe, well, I don't know. We can't do it with these personalities, but, that is what it is, I'm afraid.
Well, it is what it is, but I
Positive
wish.
news, positive. I am positive. Let me say
Yeah,
that. I don't
you're
want
still an
to.
optimist. I know. I know. Our audience knows you're still an optimist, Thomas. Have a very Merry Christmas, and we'll see you back in 2025.
Look forward to that. All the best. Merry
All the best.
Christmas.
Thank you.